Originally released by Tommy Truthful. Truth Mafia music, we be bringing the truth that the mainstream hides.
Welcome, my brothers and sisters, to Truth Mafia News, episode 26, the Tommy Truthful and Papa Truthful show. We have an amazing episode planned for you today. I'm here with my father, as always, my pops. What's up, Papa Truthful? How you doing?
I am doing fantastic, wonderful, awesome, incredible. If I was doing any better, I'd be in the kingdom, the heavenly kingdom.
I love to hear that. That's always good, man. It's always good to be on a higher vibration. I love what we got going on. We're going to cover some of major events, guys. I hate to be right about these things, but I did my walk and talk the other day. You can watch that on my Facebook, Truth Mafia Podcast, and you'll see I gave a 6-day window. And it's usually, I was just talking to my brother Donut Factory on the phone right before this podcast. And like he mentioned, it's always like 3 days before the date and 3 days after. So there's always that 6-day window where they do these staged events on the world stage. And they're usually massive energy harvest. Right now, we have a lot of them that are tied to the manipulation of weather, unfortunately. Like this one, we just had a 7.7 earthquake in Myanmar, Thailand out there. So very interesting. And tomorrow is the eclipse, 3/29 of 2025. 3 plus 29 plus 20 plus 25 is what, guys? 77. And we had a 7.7 earthquake over here, which to me, I think some of it is organic and a lot of it is geoengineering. And on 9/11, Flight 77 hit the 77-foot tall Pentagon on the 77th Meridian West, and the plane's identification number was Venus 77. So there you go. They love using that number. And that's why I figured they would do some major events. They said there was an aftershock, Pops, felt like 900 miles away 11 minutes later. And another interesting thing about 9/11 is, Flight 11 hit the two Twin Towers, which looked like two 11s in the sky. New York City was the 11th state to become a state. And New York City has 11 letters. And then we invade Afghanistan, which is also 11 letters. And in that walk and talk I did, I mentioned the number 86. Well, we just had a major event out in Las Vegas, guys, which equals 86 in English ordinal. And I guess some crazy guy, threw a merry cocktail or something and blew up a Tesla car. But Tesla stocks is dropping, Dad. I mean, they're dropping rapidly, brother.
Well, yeah, all of this stock is all floated and bubbles, and it's going to not sustain what it is right now. It's not realistic. But there's going to be a lot of opportunity when it goes down to rebuy and ride it back up. I mean, you got to watch what the money's doing, the big money, the money that can change something based on their buying and selling. Okay, when you have the amount, and by the way, how y'all doing, brothers and sisters? Love and light to you and your families.
Yes.
Much love, much light. Excited to be here with you today. Please share this, get this out, share it to everybody on Facebook, on YouTube. Just share, share, share. But there's a lot of opportunities and all of this stuff going on with the weather, with the stock market, with the crypto, with the AI, with the robotics. I don't know. And I say many years I've been talking about that the weather's only going to get worse because the electromagnetic pollution, besides the any kind of weather weapons that's being used, is increasing tremendously because we're not doing anything about it at the moment. Like the governments of the world are not doing anything about it. They don't
Nope.
even talk about it. They don't even talk about it. So that's going to continue to accelerate more and more and more. And hopefully within the next couple of weeks, we'll be able to talk about some news related to some of the stuff that the scientists that we're involved with has done with volcanoes and cyclones,
Yeah.
and pull the freaking energy right out of them. Okay, and we're talking some quantum stuff here, right? Um, but the stock market's bloated. These companies are not that valuable. Okay, these people that are billionaires aren't that. Remember, these people that are billionaires, they're billionaires with their stock, and they take loan out against their stock. That's how they do a lot of, don't pay a lot of taxes. Some of them.
Oh, so they're not. They don't really. They're not. So they're not what you call liquid pops. They have that
Most of
money.
them are not liquid. Most of them are not liquid. There's some of them. I mean, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett just been liquidating his stock for the last
Oh,
several years. I think he's amassed 350 million in cash. You know what he's waiting for? He's waiting for the crash to
yep.
buy back and buy Tesla at 75% off, and buy Microsoft 75% off, and all of that. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to do that, right? A lot of opportunities to do that. I don't know if I mentioned last time on this show about Christopher Green. He's got his pick, his next 10,
Yeah.
100, 1000x pick, and the dude seems to
Donuts.
have the inside track on stuff. I mean, there's a stock that he's putting a crypto that he's putting 2 million in. He says, anyways. So we'll show that towards the end. Just remind me of that, son, because this
Oh,
is like half a penny, you know.
oh, yeah,
So,
Christopher. I mean, listen, he's been on point with that type of stuff in the past. That's a good friend of Donut. So
Brother Donut, yeah.
yeah, our brother Donut. So yeah, Christopher, he's been on point when it comes to uh calling these stocks and stuff. So
I didn't want to get one that you had to buy some other crypto and move it to this wallet and do this and do that, and I didn't want to be involved in that. And Brother Jack did it, and I mean, I think it's worth like 30,000 now, and he bought it for a couple grand. So there's a lot of opportunity that are going to be available, and some of these shows that we'll have. If I've got my feelers out there. I'm getting feedback. I'm getting intel on a lot of different stuff, and people who thrive versus people who just barely survive. They are hooking into people that are in the know, that know how this thing's going to unfold financially, and where to position yourself for it. So that's what I am doing, and I will be sharing any information. I'm not a financial advisor in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just someone that loves my family and want to make sure that I position myself appropriately to keep moving on what we're doing here all together, right? So it's really, 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 really important. Um,
did you invest in that one that Christopher recommended?
yeah, we'll talk about it at the end. I want to talk about it, but you got to be careful because there was one that I invested in that someone else uh, um, recommended, but I got it through Uphold, and it was only available for something else. So it was somebody that copied it. So I'm going to be selling that. It's a different one. I'm going to sell it and just move it over to the one Christopher recommended, because I believe the one Christopher recommended, yeah, Island Project. But the one that Christopher recommended and investigated, you got the owners, Sam Altman of OpenAI, and you got Peter Thiel, that PayPal, and a bunch of other stuff. Um, it's pretty powerful stuff. Uh, Let me just say it because people can go there anyways. It's called Reserve Rights, RSR. Let me pull it up real quick. I won't make people wait.
I think you didn't Christopher just buy a new freaking Lamborghini or Ferrari or
You've
something?
got a lot of Lamborghini. You've got a lot of stuff going on, man.
That dude's over there. He's driving nice whips, and him
Yeah,
and Donut went out to Japan. Yeah,
he's got a lot of stuff going on, but you can get this over at uphold.com, and that's what it's called. And you want to make sure you got it. I wasn't aware of that situation with the other crypto I bought. I just found that out yesterday, so I'll sell it tomorrow. and then I'm going to move it all into here. I'm going to move more of it. What I was going to do with that one was called Digi something, which was recommended by another guy that's really making a lot of money in crypto, but only gets involved in things that have, you know, some future. You can watch this thing. So it's down, like this is like a little bit over half a penny. You know what I mean?
I got another guy I could hook you
No.
up with, Dad. He does Gematria, and he is really good at predicting the stock markets with it. His name is Waters Above. He does the Waters Above crypto. I've had him on the show before.
Yeah, I'd love to have a chat. I think we should bring him on the show and have a chat, you know, on the Tommy Truthful, Papa Truthful Truth Mafia news show, and actually have a conversation with him so that we can help, you know, our folks. Yeah, I mean, listen, artificial intelligence,
He's
as
smart, bro.
somebody said, E equals 666. Brother Bones Jones, Open AI, artificial intelligence equals 666 in Hebrew Gematria. And a Neuralink implant, also the same.
Interesting. Well, 666 has been inverted anyways. It's the breakdown of carbon. So you are 666, my brother, that said that. That's actually what our body's made up until we're transitioning he's a good dude too. He's been following me for a long time, but Bones Jones, what do you say? Trump was born 666 days after Larry Ellison. I don't know who Larry Ellison is, but that's
Well, he owns Oracle.
Oh, well, does he?
Yeah,
Oh, that guy.
he's involved in the Stargate project
Oh,
that we're talking about right now. That Brother Bones is talking about. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Look,
yeah, I don't trust that guy. No.
look, they're you know, at the end of the day, it's all about which way. What are you going to feed? You're going to feed the light or the darkness? What are you going to feed? Because I have some people that are very spiritually connected, doing amazing type of Reiki master type of healing, even quantum healing that we'll be talking about in the future. And you know, they're telling me that, and I've been feeling this great separation for years now. I've been talking about it. And at first, I thought it was going to be from righteous and demonic. We're just going to separate, you know, in the country or around the world or whatever. But
Right.
it's actually timeline splitting. And they're talking about that's already commenced and
Yeah.
that it's going to accelerate. And for us that are on a positive vibration, we're going to go down the right path where it's going to be, you know, unconditional love, unconditional forgiveness, and all these good things. Everybody having, you know, shelter, food, water, energy, being able to materialize things. I mean, it's going to be amazing. And then the other side of the equation is, you know, revelations on steroids. You know, with an AI lord and quantum computers running all of the AI robots. And if you're not a productive part of this AI city, you just basically will be taken out into the trash
Well,
and liquefied for the AI masters that are run by Lucifer that will basically utilize your matter for their power. Almost exactly like was happening in Matrix, maybe a little bit different, but kind of like where they had people and they were using them as batteries, basically.
Yeah, basically. And that's interesting you say that because they actually do have this thing called it's a form of cremation that they do through water now, like aqua.
Right. Right.
And then they turn you into a fertilizer. So that's pretty crazy. You know, they're already doing this. But Dad, I found out something fascinating about the word revelation. And I wanted to share this with you. Let me share my screen real quick. I actually put this up last night, and it did really well. So this is, you know, they lie to us with words all the time. They'll tell us one word.
Oh, yeah, of course. That's what they do. It's in their laws. It's in everything.
Yeah, and it even says in the Bible they will change the laws and the times of the Most High. So we're really in like 1995, the real end of the Mayan calendar. 2012 is really 2040, 2041 in that time frame. But very few people are aware that the original Greek translation of apocalypse is the lifting of the veil or revelation. It represents the unveiling of truths concealed from most of humanity during a time dominated by falsehoods and misunderstandings. So I found that amazing. I'm like, wow. And as you see there, I put the etymology of the origin of the word there. And I mean, we could take it further back and go into Aramaic, which I didn't go that far, because Revelations is in the New Testament. It's after they set up the Council of Nicaea and really rewrote the Bible. And I put a whole breakdown about this on here, and then I got Step Into Your Power link. Oh, is this the one I did on the Step Into Your Power? Oh, no, that's the one below this. This is the one on the video we did on 2040. But there's many Bible verses that talk about this. My people are destroyed. This is Hosea 4-6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will reject thee. I mean, that verse couldn't be more accurate. And then Daniel, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change the laws and the times. And that's what they're doing. They're manipulating the timeline. Let's look at the English language, guys. We've been indoctrinated from school. The word grammar comes from grimoire, a book of spells. The alphabet is a sequence of sigils used to cast a spell. So when my dad says words have power, they got power. When you form a sentence, you are sentencing people. You watch a broadcast, literally casting a spell abroad. Your favorite channel, it's what's it called? A program programming you. And then it's all coming out of Hollywood, which in Hollywood, the holly tree was used by the Druids to create the magic wands. I mean, it's all tied to magic, and it can be positive or it can be negative.
You know what, son? I gotta interrupt you for 1 second because I want
Yeah,
to
go
show
ahead.
somebody. I want to show the folks, and you'll find the link below in this description of this video here. But this was something that I read that my son put up yesterday. Okay, let me make sure where I am. Okay, so I'm in the back of Step Into Your Power, the spiritual community that we've been, building out since mid March. And my son posted, TT here, Tommy Truthful, posted words cast spells. I would say to everybody watching this, if you're not a free member, go down and click the link in the description. Costs you nothing. Get
Free.
access to the power portal. You get access to the prayer circle. You can ask my son, am I working on this like a madman? I'm not a madman, but I'm telling you, God is pouring it into me. And if you go through this, there'll be videos coming, there'll be audios coming. We already got healing frequency music in here, but the circle is where everybody, can post and communicate. You can communicate through chat. You can look at other members, all of that. And we're going to start ramping this up. And, there's a lot of good stuff. But my son was just saying, this here, son, that you did
Yeah, thanks, Pops.
was a really, really, really great post. And this is you can only find these posts here in Step Into Your Power.
Yep.
They're exclusive posts that I'm putting up, posts that my son's putting up. I did another walk and talk about spirituality and stuff that I'm going to be posting over the next few days. All of that content is exclusive to this system, this sanctuary that we're putting together here. God's putting together through us, and make sure that you join, because again, it costs you nothing to join, to get access to the prayer circle and to get access to the power portal.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free. So, yes, we are going to be putting, the Ascension Mastery in. We're going to be looking for spiritual guides to help people around the world. We're going to be networking and building around the world. God has a big plan, and He's just utilizing us as His stewards and people to do it, and that's what we're doing. But you read this post that you put up here today, son. I think everybody needs to read it. I really believe that they
Mama
need to
even
see.
said she was proud of me on it, and that made me feel really good this morning.
No, it was powerful. It was powerful. And, you know, that's the kind, make sure you're not sharing that content
No,
outside
no,
of
that's only for there.
yeah.
When I share something in there, it's specifically for that group. I don't. So I share maybe like I did a post on the word revelation, and at first I was going to do that one in there, but
No,
I thought that one fit better in there.
yeah, it's everything in there is all about positivity and giving people the information that helps them rise their vibration. Son, I want to. Can I show them real quick what we got so far in there, or you want to do that in a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit?
yeah,
Or
yeah. Show them, pops, and then after you show them that, we'll do a little promo.
yeah, well, let me show you folks something. So here you got your feeds. You know, you join, and again, I like my thing dark here. I like the dark, but it is white and purple with gold. It's beautiful. I like to look at the dark situation. You might not
It
have it
doesn't
on
hurt
yours
your
like
eyes.
that. Yeah, because it doesn't hurt my eyes. I'm in the front of the computer so much, but it's beautiful looking. And so, the feeds, you can look at the feeds. Again, there's TJ's. We just started getting people coming in here to help us get this thing sorted and ready and better for everybody. But I've got posts going up every day. The discovery here, these are just the menu up here. But when you get in here, you're going to land on the welcome portal. And this is the power portal. So you got all of this underneath it. Okay. And if you click on here, sorry, this one doesn't click, but when you click on here, this explains it, also gets links out to each one of the sections. This is where the guides will be sharing their information. That means the community guides, the people that are here, like myself, to assist you. My son also is going to be involved. We got other people that we'll be talking about later on in April that are coming in to help with the Ascended Mastery. These are Reiki masters. Some of them are quantum healers. I mean, these are very, very powerful people that are doing what the creator is, having them do. But that's going to happen. But you're going to read through this information here, getting started. Choose your path. This is expanded, by the way, son. I've been working on this stuff. Like, choose your path. Where are you on your journey? Where are you? Are you waking up? Okay, do that stuff first. Are you realigning? Okay, do that stuff first. Are you reclaiming? Okay, do that stuff first. Are you expanding? That stuff, right? Say hello, participate. The guide updates. I've got a video that I got to do some edits to. You should read this absolutely when you come in. And then you'll see personal videos coming in from me. And these are things that I'm just sharing my heart. I'm sharing, what God has downloaded to me. I'm sharing what is giving me the power to be financially free, what's giving me the power to do what I want to do, but based on God's path, right? That, once you get that financial freedom and you get that, wellness comes more than just money. Wellness comes in many different forms. But I love my life. I mean, my backyard, walking down 300 steps, I'm in one of the most beautiful beaches, on this planet. And I think so, anyways. It's gorgeous. And you can see that by the videos here. And I'm going to be putting more inspirational stuff here. I'm going to be putting more beautiful stuff that I'll be sharing and other guides will be sharing with you. By the way, all shout out to Tommy Truthful for that wonderful power portal image. And then the circle is where we chat together. You all can chat together. There's people already in here chatting, okay? Communicate with each other, reach out to each other under members. Make sure that you're posting inspirational stuff to help feed other people's positive vibration, positive frequency. The more you sow good seed, the better it is for you. I can just tell you that much. The practice portal is where we get into all of the tools. And when you get in here, the first thing you do is you click on Sacred Practice Guide, and then you read through this. Okay? It's very short. And then you got daily affirmations. You were talking about this, son, today,
Yeah.
about how I'll go through and I'll click on my affirmations on my cell phone. I'll read them off. And then I go down here and I click and I read them off. Now, you guys don't have all this. This is me. Okay. This is admin stuff. But I read them off and I just go through them. I'll do the morning in the morning and then I'll do all the other ones. Then I'll do all the other ones again and I'll do the night. So I'll do the morning in the morning. So I'll do the morning empowerment affirmation. And then I'll do all the other ones through I am affirmations. And then before I end the day, I go back through all of these self-love, confidence, all these affirmations, and end with the night affirmations. I'm always also doing affirmations when I'm in the ocean. I'm also doing affirmations when I'm walking. I'm doing it when I'm meditating. I'm doing it when I do Tai Chi Gun. And I actually did Tai Chi Gun. It was noisy. I did tapping. I did some work with my thumbs for my pineal gland, and I did Tai Chi Gun today on my walk, but it was loud, you know. So I'm going to redo it, and all of that is going in under the guided updates. But the practice portal, you got your daily affirmations, you got guided meditations, which, by the way, audio will be coming here shortly. You got your energy clearing techniques. You got your journal and your workbook set up, so you know how to build out a journal and build out a workbook. You got for your journaling and for your workbooks. You got healing frequency music. You've got sacred solutions that are
We
all
got to
about
do some
helping
work
move your
on
energy bottle.
the healing frequency music. We got to do some work on, because when I went on there the other day, Dad, at least the .com, some of the videos were missing. Did
No,
you?
I've got all the videos, and I'm not
Oh,
putting
cool,
them
cool.
from Facebook, and they're all getting hooked into my Vimeo account. So all of these are in my
Good.
Vimeo account. So as I start adding more and more here,
Perfect.
that will be in the Vimeo account. So we're good to go there. But then live gatherings, we're going to start posting our live gatherings. We're going to have the first one on the 17th at 7 p.m. We're going to put more live gatherings here. This is free members. Sacred support, I'm working on it. Okay. I'm getting started video, FAQs, all of that. And then Ascension Pathway are going to be more for the people that want to go to the next level and be like a leader and a trainer and be in this global network. Okay. The prayer circle, go to the welcome, read through that, right? You read through that, and then request prayer. Request prayer, and also pray for people. Pray for the people that put a prayer in here. We had Brother Nathan. Pray for him. We had another gentleman that actually put it underneath this here. Prayed for him too. The more you pray for people, the more prayer you're going to get. Healing and blessing, sending healing and blessing to people. Collective prayers. That's what we're going to be doing, group prayers, and then testimonials and miracles as they come about. So this is the system that we put together, and we're going to continue to optimize it. We're going to continue to optimize it to make it better and better to help folks increase their vibration and increase their spiritual connection and sow good seed and talk positively about themselves, and step into their power. That's what it's all about. Stepping in your power.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, I love it, and it feels good doing it, helping people with that type of stuff. And I mean, I told my dad, I live in a pretty bad area, and I almost got robbed at the ATM today, guys, taking out a few dollars. And this guy, he tried to get me with a crowbar. I got that out of his hand, threw it across the street, and still tried to talk him out of it. And he just, I don't know, he didn't want to stop. So, it didn't end well for him, but I tried, and it was because of that group because before I wouldn't have did that. I wouldn't have tried and try to talk him out of it. Like, look, bro, you don't want to do this. First of all, he was like 5'7". So, I'm 6'4", 330 pounds. I really don't think you want to try this out, but he wanted to try it. And speaking of that number 432, Dad, that's a very magical number. A lot of people do not know that in 1955, the International Standardization Organization, the ISO, made
Right.
440 hertz a standard tuning
On purpose.
musical pitch. Yep. Then
Yep.
before it was 432, which is
Yes.
the magic number. It's a divine number. It's actually encoded into our DNA. And it adds up to 9, that number of divine. There's the 666, which that's what you're made out of: 6 protons, 6 electrons, and 6 neutrons. That's carbon. That's your carbon-based entity until you go from carbon 12 to carbon 7. Then it'll be 166, because you'll have 1 neutron, 6 electrons, 6 protons, and that's when you're activating these abilities. But yeah, they did that on purpose, man. They did that on purpose because that.
Well, yeah, because 440 makes everybody depressed and anxious and fearful and
Yep.
just messes with them completely. It's the same reason they do all the other stuff. They want to dumb everybody down because they don't want anybody to step in their power and become the person they're destined to be, because they can't control
Nope. That 432, I listen to it
them.
daily. That's a big one. I like myself personally, whenever I'm doing my affirmations or meditating. I like that frequency. Even the music I put out, guys, I embed that frequency into all the music. The 432, whether it's a rap song or whatever it is, because I really believe, like what Dad says. Jesus said we will be able to do what He did and much more. And with the faith of a mustard seed, we can move mountains. You can tell that mountain to move and it'll move, and that's all activating within us. So we're
Well,
31.
you know what? I want to show something again because of what you said about 432, and we're gonna have some other stuff back here to help everybody. So if you go to the practice portal and you go down, and you can close these out, these are just that way, and we go down into healing frequencies. Each one of these pages explain to you what this frequency's for.
Yep.
What this is for. What is this frequency for? And right there, it's there for you, so you can listen to it. Okay. And these are very powerful. These were done from somebody who was in Tai Chi done for 25 years and was a master musician. And these really, supercharge you. But also, my son and I will be creating more too for the ones we don't have, like 417 and all of that. But as we build out the library, we have a lot for 174, 285, 432, 444, 528, and for uh, uh, 963. And we got some unbelievable sleep sound stuff that we'll be adding in here. But the only way you're going to get access to it is to be involved here with us. But all of these explain what it's for. Speeds up healing, restores balance, boosts energy, protects the aura. This is 285 hertz, right? So you can go through these, like what my son was saying here.
Yep.
Encourages relaxation, connects with nature, balances emotion, enhances meditation. The 432 hertz frequency is called the natural frequency of the universe.
Yep. It
It
is.
is
It is.
believed to match the Earth's vibration, bringing deep relaxation, balance, and emotional well being. This frequency is linked to peace, harmony, and healing. Now, think about that and think about why would they take all of our TVs, our music, everything that was in the 432 hertz frequency and turn it into the 440 hertz, which has the complete opposite effect.
Yep. It's
The
depression.
complete opposite effect. We need, and this is how deep we need to go in society where we get this fixed, because what's happening is all of this 440 is feeding the negative vibration in the frequency to the dark. And it's hitting people. People watch TV, they're listening to radio, it's just hitting them from every which way but loose. But this is what we used to have. We used to have what was righteous. But you can go through. It's very interesting to read this. This one, the 963 hertz frequency, is called the frequency of the gods.
The
expands
936.
awareness, deepens spiritual connection, brings inner peace, activates the crown chakra.
It's the 369 too. It's just
The
different.
three,
It's
it's
different.
just backwards.
Yeah, it's just range different. It's that
Just
same
backwards.
frequency though. The 369. And Nikola Tesla told us if you understood the power behind 3, 6, and 9, you would understand you would have the keys to the universe, you know, and that's everything is frequencies, guys. You know, I've been talking about this for a long time, and that's why a lot of our products that we promote here are based on that technology, like the products over at Body Align and Nanosoma, you know, which saved my life. You want to do a little promotion?
Well, yeah. Let me talk about that. And then we're only going to be a few minutes on that, and then we're getting right back into information. But this was my son's leg before right here, and this was my son's leg 3 days after he started using Nanosoma, and he sent me a text with this picture, and he said, "Dad, this shit really works." That was his thing he said to me. Dad, this
Those
shit
are my
really
exact
works.
words.
And
And I got
there's
it right here.
testimonials that you cannot even put up on the internet because the FDA, and that would be a problem. That people that are having unbelievable experiences in every which way you can imagine. And the reason why that is because this is the normal look at the top of your energy body. Those of you that are not maintaining it with meditation and breathing and other things like what Nanosoma does. This is after 5 sprays of Nanosoma. I've got an entire report on this. This thing reads all of the frequency and energy from all of your systems, from your energy body around you to the energy things in the heart, the lungs, everything. And this helped all of it overall, every single thing. This neuropathic doctor here did it. And so it was really interesting because I didn't have this at first. And I was seeing all these miracles happening on this product. And I was wondering, okay, well, I know this ingredient. I know they got patents all over the world. I know that my son had amazing results. And I myself felt personally, because I didn't have any really underlining things like my son or others that have it, and I give all the glory to God for it. But I felt my energy body was getting better, and I was feeling the energy flow through my portals. They say there's 8 chakras. There's really like way more energy portals in your body than that. Okay. And I felt all of them really starting to like work really well. So that was pretty exciting. And so if you're interested in something like that, then you can go over to iwantmyhealthback.com/Truth Mafia. That helps support everything that we do free, all the stuff that we build free, all the things that we do for free. That helps, and these people are in alignment with the way we talk and what we do. We're all in alignment spiritually, and all of that, really in alignment very well.
Links
So
in the description. All links for all them products are in the description, guys. And yeah, I'm getting low on the Nanosoma, so I got to order it too. And I found this out, Pops. The stuff that you spray in your mouth, because I ran out of the gel. So I started spraying. I had an extra bottle of that spray, and I had this other thing on one of my other legs, and I sprayed that on there, bro, and it took care of it quick. I was shocked. I was like, damn.
no, it works. It really works. I don't get involved in stuff that works. I don't need to do it. You know what I mean? I don't need to do it. If it isn't something that's going to help impact the planet and the people, I don't have to do it. I can sit home and just play with crypto and make my money, make money. You know this, son. I don't have to do what I'm doing.
No, I
I'm doing it because I am instructed by the divine to do it. And that's why I want to help people. So when they support Nanosoma with I Want My Health Back /Truth Mafia or Body Line, knowing that I'm one of the owners here, this company's been around since 2012. Millions of these have been of these patches and discs have been sold around the world. 45, almost 5,000 testimonials on the website from doctors, from regular people. All of the products work, from the EMF protection side of your ATP channel, mitigating the harmful effects of EMF with over EMF radiation, which is not good, with over 200 frequencies in there, to the ultimate wellness band that also helps protect against EMF, and also has like 3 different crystals in the band and over 300 different frequencies. The sleep patches, detoxification, pain patch, and muscle mass. All of this stuff works. All of it works, and it's all frequency based. It's what the east side of the world calls energy medicine, that they've been using for tens of thousands of years. Tens of thousands of years they've been using that. Okay, so it's us over here in the West decide to use we know what.
Yeah.
Okay, that we're 60% takers of globally, and we got people dropping dead all over the place because they get addicted, right?
Yeah.
Besides the illegal drugs that come into the country. But this really is pretty magnificent, and again, this helps fund what we're doing for all the free stuff that we're doing, right? But it also is great for people. I wear the band, I got the disc. My wife uses the sleep patches and the pain patches. It's really, really good. So now let's get back into our news today, son. I want to talk a little bit. I know you're talking about the weather. I think we touched on that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
right. But I want to talk about quantum and quantum computers.
Oh,
Quantum,
interesting.
yeah, quantum computers. And so there's a quantum computer that just solved a problem that would have took the best supercomputer on the planet, um, put the year down, say you put 1 and put 25 zeros behind the 1, and that's how many years it would have taken this supercomputer, to the best supercomputer in the whole world, to solve that problem. And I think this quantum computer did it in 5 seconds or 5 minutes. And it's tapping the multiverses simultaneously.
Yeah.
And now let's start to tap the spiritual realm. So the implications for this in the future are astronomical. I mean, astronomical. What are you hearing on that, son?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean the D wave, the first quantum computer that Gordy Rose created in 2011 is when the first one came out. It was called the D wave. They're selling the Advantage for $15 million right now, but the D wave was 1,000, or it was 128 qubits, and the new one, the Advantage, is over 5,000 qubits. But the one thing about the D-Wave Pops, when he was doing his original breakdown on it and stuff, he said, with this technology, it's like we're summoning the ancient ones. And that kind of scared me. And then he kind of broke down what that meant, like the Lovecraftian old ones. And then he had this whole speech on it. He's like, it's not that they hate us or nothing like that. They just look at us like an ant. They could care less about. I'm like, man, should we be summoning some of them type of things? But yeah, the technology with these quantum computers is unreal, and with AI, and
Well, imagine this. So imagine our timelines are starting to split, like some brothers and sisters that are very, very in touch with all this that have told me. I've been talking about the great separation and the timelines, and you're going down the right, and then you're going down the left. And the left is Luciferian, and the right is righteous, right?
right.
And so, this is going to accelerate. Things in the right and the light are going to accelerate, and all the things to the left and darkness is going to accelerate. So all of this stuff we're talking about, quantum, computers, and all of the stuff that's happening with the 5G, the EMF radiation, the fact that now quantum computers will be able to run billions and billions and billions and billions of AI robots around the world. Think about this. And then these robots will build, there's robots. I mean, they're talking about all these new jobs that are coming to America, and I'm glad for people that they're going to get some jobs for a very, very short time. And, maybe a few years, maybe 5 years, 10 years. But at the end of the day, if you don't think that robots are going to not take over every single aspect of manufacturing, on the planet, then I don't know what to tell you. And if you don't think AI is going to take over every single aspect of online business, okay, and even offline business, I don't know what to say to you because it's happening right now and it's only going to accelerate. So, in the world of going down the right path, we don't need that stuff. Sister Rhonda said we are the quantum computers. We're
She's
even
right.
we're even beyond that. We're
Yeah,
even
she's right
beyond
to an
that.
aspect. They can run
We're
whole.
beyond that. We don't even take a second to calculate a problem that would have taken a supercomputer that many years. We're even beyond, but it's a great analogy, right?
Yeah.
It's a great analogy. But some of us will be heading in that direction, going down that path where we're manifesting stuff instantaneously. And you don't need any of this stuff. You don't need AI. You don't need any of that stuff. Everything that you think and it's just happening. Boom, it's happening. You're creating, right? You're creating. And so, and then the other side of the world path is going to be this AI control grid, everything tracked, traced. If you're not a productive, part of society, you might just end up disappearing. Who knows what's going to happen down that
Oh,
version of it.
it's not, yeah, that version's not going to be great, but with the quantum computers, Dad, they had this series. I don't know if you're hip to it. You probably are because you watch all the cool series with Mama. Uh Black Mirror, right? They went on like a hiatus for a while, so they came out with all these cool episodes. And then they didn't put nothing out for like 4 or 5 years, and then they come out with a new series. And the new series, that's what it was about. Remember, guys, Joan is awful. The first episode of the sixth series in the Black Mirror, it was Joan started seeing herself on TV. And then in this episode, it was season 6, episode 1, that 61 number. And it was a whole reality created by a quantum supercomputer. And there was actually like 8 different variations of Joan. And when she went in there and broke the quantum computer, she seen her true self. She woke up from that artificial reality they had immersed her in. It's a very powerful episode. And there's a difference between this quantum technology and quantum healing and in the quantum realm. All that is real. God created, they're trying to mimic what God created. So they take these quantum computers and try to mimic and create these simulated realities with these quantum computers. But yeah, if you haven't seen this season 6, Dad, episode 1 called Joan is Awful, you gotta watch it, bro.
Make sure you put that into my chat. But also, mainstream media is talking about quantum. It's all over the place now, and they're talking about it, and they're talking about it, and they're talking about it. So something's up there. We'll find out how that rolls out. But again, if you're going down that right path, and you're really working on all aspects of you to become the best version of you can be, and making sure that you're really paying attention to where you're vibrating, what you're sending out there, because you're bringing it right back in. I mean, I don't even know how to stress it enough, son, for people to pay attention, because if they don't, they're going to go into a whole situation that they're going to be really not happy with.
No, yeah, no, you're right, Pops. And that's interesting. Quantum and squares equals 1937 in squares Gematria. I wonder if there's any connection to quantum computers or quantum realities tied to that year in 1937, because I couldn't believe when I traced back the beginning of artificial intelligence how far back it goes. People think, oh, it just came up in the 80s and stuff. I mean, Dad, they were talking about artificial intelligence back in the 40s, bro.
Well, you got to remember, son, we're about 4 decades in the public from really seeing what we have.
Oh, yeah. Behind.
Yeah, I mean, we're like 10, 40 years behind. I mean,
Yeah.
so whatever you're seeing now, they had 40 years ago.
100%, maybe even
than they
more.
had 40 years ago. So the stuff we've really got is, yeah, it's beyond, it's really beyond anything anybody can imagine. And so it's going to be interesting as that veil is lifted, all of this stuff comes out and how people actually react to it, right? How do they react to it? How do they handle it? And one of the things I love of what we're doing is, we're not only waking people up, but we're giving people a place where then, okay, you're awake now. Now what? Now what are you going to do? What
Yep.
are you going to do? Are you going to step into your power? Are you going to be the person that you're destined to be? Are you going to get financial blessings, health? You're going to be a great steward. You're going to, move down that right path and not down the wrong. And some people that are watching us are absolutely moving down the right path. And sometimes you veer off. We all do, and you got to veer back on. We're all
Yep.
human. No, nobody goes without veering. We all veer, but how quick can you pull yourself back on it? Because again, all the earthquakes we have, all the volcanoes, all the stuff, all the all this stuff, all this negative stuff. We got to focus on the light, right? We got to focus on the light. And what I love about the numbers, son, you're waking more people up and bringing them to a realization that, okay, now I need to, and again, always being aware if they're trying to pull something. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with being aware of what dates and times and numbers and all that's working. You want to be aware of stuff. I'm aware. I got great intel, but at the end of the day, I'm not indoctrinated.
Right. And Dad, I've talked about that in my last walk and talk, didn't I, guys? I said, it's great when we're doing our decodes, guys, and I love doing it with you, but I'm going to just tell you the truth. I love the positivity stuff even more, but I have to wake the people up, deconstruct the spell, which breaks that spell. So it breaks the hold that it has on them. And they're like, oh, wow, this dude, I mean, look, this does line up. Wow, this is all engineered. And then after that, after you learn that for a little bit, then you got to take that next step. And that next step is learning to raise your frequency and raise your vibration and how to do affirmations. And you don't want to get stuck in that phase. It's cool if like me, it's kind of like a hobby of the decoding, and I love doing it for you guys. But I feel good when I go over on stepintoMyPower.com and do a blog over there, and it's more positive based. It's just they've trapped us on this lower frequency, but that's why we set it up the way we did, Pops, where I wake them up and then we move them to that
Well, we
next
have the same thing going on with the Patriot Network side of the equation. A lot of those people that are patriots. I'm a patriot. I'm a spiritual patriot. I'm a spiritual warrior. I've been a warrior for many, many, many lifetimes. Okay, you know this, son. You know what people that are in the know have said about me. I'm not going to bring it out publicly, but a warrior is one thing that I am. But I'm a spiritual warrior. I'm a spiritual patriot, and that's what we need: more spiritual patriots around this world. And right now, we've got a lot of people living in fear. They're absorbing all this negativity, and they're not. There's no balance in their life, and everything's starting to collapse around them, and they're wondering why. And you got to take 100% responsibility for why your life is either great or not, and it's all based on you. And what are you doing to control what you're putting out? Because what you put out, you get back.
you
And
get that.
end of story. And the thing is, Truth Mafia is necessary
Yeah, it's
because
not.
we got to wake more people up. When I showed you all this, okay, let me go back and show you this.
Rhonda
Is it
says
important?
spiritual
And then,
gangster.
son, I've got about 9 minutes before I got to jump on, and I would love, and I know we're doing this on a Friday,
That's fine, Pops.
but I love everybody, and I wish I could stay here for hours, and you can continue because I know you got a lot to bring to everybody. Okay, so I kind of just broke my thought, my train of thought there for a minute. What was I coming back here for?
We're talking about stepping into your power, and
Well, there was a reason specifically. I'll remember it. And when I do, I go back and there's a reason that I was going in there. And then when I said that to you, I had to go, I kind of like lost there. Okay.
It
But
happens.
yeah, but it's important that, it's important that you become part of a support community that can help assist you, and we all can, grow together and work together and pray together and declare together and positive vibrate together and light this planet up. Light it up. It doesn't take as many people to light it up than does to take the darkness.
Yeah, it's Dad, what I told him in my walk and talk the other day. Rhonda was in there, Kathy Riedel, all the regulars were in there. Kimberly, I don't know if you were in there because you're usually only on YouTube, sweetheart. This was a Facebook walk and talk, and I really don't like how they're deleting our walk and talks now after 30 days. We can't leave them up forever anymore. So I apologize. That's Facebook doing that. But just like on my backup Facebook, now they're uploading videos that I did like 2 years ago from my Instagram. I don't know if it's glitching out or what's going on.
Well, let me show, son. I'm going to show you this, and then I'm going to go.
Okay. Yes.
But I want to show everybody what I was talking about because I remember it, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to. I have to get ready for this other call. So
Perfect.
let me show you real quick here because I remembered. Okay, so when you go to the welcome portal, which is just basically telling you what the power portal is, you're going to go down to here and you're going to really be honest with yourself. Because if you can't be honest with yourself, who can you be honest with? You got to be honest with yourself. And where you at? Where you at? Are you just waking up? Are you realigning? Are you reclaiming? Or are you expanding? Find out where you're at. Really, really figure it out. And then work on these things within the step into your power to process through the thing where you get down to here. Right?
Expanding.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You want to expand. But I want to say good night to you all. I love you very much. I will see you next week. Exciting, exciting times. We're going to have a lot to share with you. Thank you very much for having me here, son. Love
Thanks,
you, son.
Pops. I appreciate you coming, brother. I'm going to hang out with you guys a little bit longer because there's a couple things I wanted to touch on for all my decoders out there. And the links that Dad talked about, Step Into Your Power, they're down below, as well as our sponsors. So let's talk a little bit about, let's take a look at this earthquake situation real quick, guys. I want to show you a few things. And this is what I was talking with Donut about actually on earlier. And I even was telling Donut about Step Into Your Power. And I told him, I was like, bro, like, I know I got to wake people up with Truth Mafia, but like with this part, it's necessary. But I feel so much better when I'm doing that higher vibrational content. It makes me feel better. You know what I mean? I just don't want anyone to get stuck in this stuff because it is a lot of negativity, but it is necessary for a lot. We got a lot of new people, so they have no idea what's really going on in this reality. And for them, some of my people, you guys just love decoding, like Travis, and I get it. I do too. So look at this, guys. A 7.7 magnitude earthquake struck Southeast Asia around lunchtime Friday, killing at least 3 people in Thailand and bringing down multiple buildings in Myanmar, prompting the military-run government. They had to throw that in there, didn't they? Like, our government ain't. Our TV, they always, whenever they're talking about China or Russia, they say state-run TV. Well, what the hell do you think America is? It's state-run TV too. But me and Donut was talking, and I was talking about the 9/11 breakdown, and I was breaking it all down for him. I got all my notes right here, guys. Flight 77, because I'm going to do a blog on this. So here's my notes. And where's the 125 connection? Hold on a second. Let me get to here. Oh, in Genesis 11, is where we find where men rebelled against God and built the Tower of Babel. And then God confused the language. And remember what I told you. Look at all these connections to 11 with 9/11. 11 crew members, Flight 11. Flight 11 was the first plane to hit the towers. The Twin Towers literally look like two 11s in the sky. 9/11 equals 11. Unless you add it up with the date too, then you got 23. But anyways, there's 11 connection in this story. They said 11 minutes after the original earthquake, fellow tremors, including a 6.4 magnitude aftershock, which occurred just 11 minutes later. So then I'm telling Donut all this, right? I said, it's very interesting, Donut. The power, I was reading this part to him. I said, the powerful earthquake, which had its epicenter in Miramar, about 13 miles. 13 is the death card in the tarot deck. And it's also the 13 bloodlines. And it was 13 miles from Mandalay, Miramar. So I'm thinking, Donut, I was like, bro, you know what this reminds me of? Mandalay Bay. And so I went and looked, and I'm like, is there any connection there to Mandalay Bay? So that happened 41 days after 41 days. I want to make sure I say this right. After the 2017 Great American Eclipse, boom, the Las Vegas shooting happens, right? The Mandalay Bay event. And then we have this earthquake. Well, there's the 125 right there. So that was 125 months and 27 days. Ritual is 27, and it's 81 in 2 ciphers, which you're going to see with this story. We have both of them numbers. Here's the 125, right? Now, let's go back to the 9/11 real quick. Shout out to this page because this is where I found this shit at, the Phoenix Enigma. Shout out to them. So, I mean, I already knew all this, but they did remind me some stuff that I did not know. And it happened 41 days after 2017 Great American Eclipse. So look at this, the Pentagon. It has the 5 sides, the 5 stories high, 5 layers deep. In English ordinal gematria, the Pentagon derives from the number 125, or 5 times 5 times 5. And 125 people died in the attack at the Pentagon, allegedly. I'm not buying their shit with all that, though. And then the Washington Monument is 550 feet tall and stands northeast of the Pentagon, heading 41 degrees. And who was the president at this time, guys? Little Bush, baby Huey Bush. And his father was the 41st president. Skull and bones equals 41 in 2 ciphers. I believe reduction and sepentry, which sepentry is based on 1 through 7. It's a very biblical cipher. Marty Leeds really brought attention to that cipher. So shout out to him. So Donut was like, yeah, I bet 125 people probably died in it. Well, no, 144 people died in it is what they say so far this earthquake, which 144 is the Jesuit order, right? So we see their signature there, but the 125 is in the story. Look, it's right there. What time did it happen? 12:50. 125. Right there it is. So all the numbers are tied to it. 9/11, the Mandalay Bay, and it was at 125 months from the Mandalay Bay, exactly 125 full months, and then 27 days. Well, like I said, rituals 27. And what other number did they use? Let me see. Where is it? 81. 81 workers believed to be trapped in the rubble, and rituals 81 in double ciphers. See, look, let me show you. Go over to our Gematria calculator on truthmafia.com. Ritual, reverse ordinal, 81. Reduction, 27. It's 17 in Chaldean, which is matrix is 17, Nibiru 17, and little 17. These numbers have a positive side to them too. And we have the biggest database in the world. Nobody has a bigger database in Chaldean. Here's Sepentry. It's based on 1 through 7. That's the cipher Marty Leeds really brought out. You know what I mean? But yeah, look at that, guys. 81, 27, 81. So all their numbers line up perfectly with 9/11 and the Las Vegas situation, which Las Vegas was the biggest event since 9/11. And remember when I did the walk and talk on Facebook, family? Let's take a look. See the timestamps? Let me show you. Oh, that's a terrible AI picture. People are getting terrible with these AI pictures. Like it's like they have no artistic talent. And then I wonder how they get that many shares. Like who the hell would share 73 shares of that stupid picture? Sorry, brother, Prophet John. Shout out to you. You're probably a good dude and stuff. But I mean, our whole time feed is just filled with AI videos now. Have you guys noticed that? They're discovering all these AI alien base. It's just getting terrible. It's getting terrible. There's nothing wrong with using it for a thumbnail or to tell a story in your video. I love it. I use it all the time for stuff like that. But to share a video of a UFO and say, they just did this the other day and it went crazy viral. It had over 17,000 shares of a down UFO. Where was it at? I think Alabama maybe or some shit. And you could tell it was fake. I'm like, guys, that's AI. And everybody in the comments is like, no, this is real. This is real. I live down here. They're trying to cover it up. I'm like, oh my God. First of all, if them aliens got into that UFO you showed, they would be like a foot tall. That was the littlest damn UFO I ever seen. And some other dude said it was an art project, but it wasn't. It was clearly made with AI. You could see the people's face distorting. Their hands and their face will distort. That's the first thing you can tell, which they look very demonic. But in this walk and talk I did right here, guys, this one, which was published on March 25th. Look, I tell you what days it's going to happen. I told you everything. We started talking about HARP, the smart cities. That's why they're doing all these HARP rituals. I really think they're going, when they hit one of these cities, right? They'll hit a city, boom, like they did Lahaina, and now Lahaina just got hit with all the fires. Or not Lahaina, I'm sorry. North Carolina, they hit it with Hurricane Helene, and then boom, they go and hit it with the fires, the same location. Helene just was destroyed, that same region. And when you mine lithium, it causes massive deforestation. Well, they didn't need to. They burnt shit down. So they don't even need to cut it down. You know what I mean, guys? And the last time on March 6th, I told you there was going to be an event. I said it'd be tied to the number 88, which you can see the post right here. The very next day it happened. There's actually 2 events on that day. I didn't realize that, which comes back to Las Vegas. This event that just took place in Las Vegas. Oh, what the hell is this? This ain't Las Vegas. This is some freaking Kiss performance. What the hell? Hold on a second. Something weird's going on here. What are they doing? Where's the Tesla one I had? Oh, right there. Man accused of setting fire at a Tesla vehicle in Las Vegas arrested, police say. Right? There was actually 2 of them, and then there was one on that date when the rocket blew up, but it was like down south. Some other guy, it was a Tesla charger station caught on fire on that day. I don't know if they caught it on fire or it happened on accident, they're trying to say. I'm not really sure on that part. But you know what I mean? Look right here, guys. If you scroll down through here, I give you the times, what dates every March 27th through April 2nd, that 6-day period. March 29th is the 88th day of the year, but has 77 numerology. I break down why I believe These days will happen. If you added up short number, it's 57, which is law of attraction. That's also Donut's number. And Donut did a video on it, which he was, I mean, we're all programmed. Donut's a very powerful first player character archetype. I've already done his decode. But Donut is 31 in Chaldean, which is the number of the matrix. And then if you put Donut factory, it's 57, which is law of attraction. That's why when he sets his mind to something, he's very good at manifesting it when he sets his mind to it. But that's what that number is tied to. Now, the elites are using it for something evil. There's also a lot tied to Israel and the Jewish community in that 57 number, which our brother Donut is Jewish. So, you know, it's just all part of his code that he was born with. Just like I have numbers that are tied to my ethnicity. But he is not a non-player character. I can confirm that. Our brother Donut is a first player character. So that's good to know. But yeah, in this video, you know, I broke it all down. And then that's the date me and Dad are doing the show too. And that's the date my deal ends. So if you want to find out your role in this simulation, you can go over to truthfultv.com, which that link's down below too, and book your decode. Find out your role. You can read more. You can find out about it's all done via email. And if you get the 33, it's $35 right now. 3 plus 5 is 8. The number 8 attracts money. 44. 4 plus 4 is 8. 62. 6 plus 2 is 8. But if you pay for this one, you get this one and that one for just till the 17th of April. We did 1 week of it, and we got so many decodes, and people were begging us to bring it back. So we did. And with this one, you get everything in the first one, but we also break down your 12-strand angelic DNA, your superhero archetype. I just did Rhonda's, and Rhonda's came out. Rhonda in the comments right now, I know she's still here, little Rhonda. She's a very powerful first player character too. And it's funny because Rhonda, right before I did your decode, you're a carrier of the Neo code, and you're tied to that that 36 club, which is a powerful number. I think your super, if I'm not mistaken, off the top of my head, I think your superhero archetype was Power Girl, which there's a couple females connected to that Power Girl archetype, which the goddess tied to Power Girl, which is Superman's cousin, is Athena. That's the goddess tied to her. So then some guys, you might have the Aquaman archetype, which is tied to Poseidon, Inky, you know, that's the god archetype, which is what's inside of you. You have them abilities and them powers within you, whether you believe it or not. But only certain people have the angelic DNA. It's coded to your name you were born with. So it doesn't have nothing to do with your race. It has nothing to do with none of that. All these people trying to make it racial, and they're working for darkness. That's what it is. They just want to separate. It's a separation. You know what I mean, guys? They want to get white and black people fighting with each other when it doesn't matter what color you are. Why will it not let me go back to there? That's really annoying. Oh, this is really getting on my nerves. Okay, let me try it like this. Bam, there we go. Yeah, but it doesn't matter about your color, your skin color. It matters about, oh, and look at the video. Was the video 33 seconds long? This video is 33 seconds long, but that's not the earthquake video. What's this one? Caught man stealing a statue. Oh, he kicks the statue. Well, why'd you guys leave that stupid looking statue out there anyways? Probably fake. Look, guys. And he steals it. Or they might be drug addicts going to pawn that damn thing. Maybe they're going to pawn it or use it for scrap metal. It's a Paddington Bear statue. This is in Newbury, UK. Shout out to my people in the UK. But 33, whenever I see that number, I get very skeptic. And you know why? That's why. That's the false flag number, guys. So when you see that number, you just know they're getting ready to do some false flag type shit. But neocode, there's probably some people in the comments like, wait, I had the 128 or I had the 50, and Tommy told me I was a neocode. Well, yeah, because neocode, you could be a carrier of the neocode. You could be tied to it. 36 is in Chaldean. And in Judaism, they believe there are 36 righteous men and women born in every generation, 36 of them. And if one of them didn't exist, the world would end. Look it up. It's crazy. Then they play a significant role in saving the world. And then in reverse ordinal, it's 128. So if you add the word the to it, the neocode is 50, which is a huge one. So there are some people that have that connection as well. But you see, there's many different ciphers. So you could, when you're decoding a person's name, it's more about the numerology than it is any particular individual cipher. But I do have a method how I started out, how I figure out your base number first. And then through your base number, whatever we figure out your base number is, I usually spell that out. And that leads us to your spiritual guide number. So them are the two main numbers besides your life path number that are very important. And Rhonda's decode, you said I could share it, right, Rhonda? Let me see if Rhonda's still in here, because hers came out pretty cool. You still in here, Rhonda? My homegirl, Rhonda. You had one just like my other girl, Laura, a matter of fact. You were very similar to Laura. I wonder if Laura's in here, because you and Laura could be freaking twins, and I'm not even joking. Shout out to Laura. She had almost like the same numbers as you. Maybe she's your twin flame. Hold on, let me find yours, Rhonda. Maybe Laura's your freaking twin flame. And you guys are like sisters or some shit in another reality. Because I was shocked how much you guys had connected. Oh, my girl Tracy had the 36 code too with Power Girl. She was another one. Damn. And then I did like 7 yesterday, and they were all NPCs. Sorry about that. Except one of you guys. One of you guys I sent out yesterday was a first player character. All the rest of them were non-player characters, which it kind of sucks because they never message you back. And I'm really nice to them. I tell them, that I feel they can break free. I can't help what's connected to their name. It's not my fault that you're a non-player character. Oh, no, this girl was the one that was a first player character yesterday. I'm not going to say her last name, Margie, but I won't say your last name, sweetheart. But you were a very powerful first player character. And guess what? Out of all the decodes I did, you were the only one. So if you don't know that you got your decode, it's done. And in your, I'm trying to find Rhonda's right now. Where the hell is Rhonda's? She said I could share it with you guys, but I can't. I don't seem to see it. What the hell? What did I send it to you on, Rhonda? At my Apple email or... Hold on a second. Let me look at my Apple account. Is this Rhonda? Oh, no, that's not Rhonda's. Damn, Rhonda's was really tight, too. Tracy, yeah, my girl Tracy. She's a life path 6. She's also tied to Power Girl. So there's certain archetypes that you're just tied to. If you have that 36 code, Power Girl's going to be your archetype if you're a female. That's just what it is. That's the number connected to that number. Trying to find Rhonda's thing. Hold on. Let me look at my Let me log into my and there's a reason I'm not showing you guys. I'm put my passwords in right now. Let me log into my Apple account real quick. I might have sent it to Rhonda through Apple. Or did Rhonda just... Hey, Rhonda, do me a favor. Forward me your decode back. Send it back to me so I have it, sweetheart. Could you do that, please? Okay, I need this password. It says, do you want to trust this browser? No, hell no. Never trust them. Okay, maybe Rhonda's is in here. I apologize, guys. Hold on, I got to send this more on my address. Give me 1 second. I apologize. Northeast Canton, Ohio 44714. There you go, dude. Damn, blow my shit up. All right, let me go back here and look what Rhonda's saying. That will help me out. What is she saying? Tommy on Facebook, HTTP. Oh, thank you. Maybe Friday last week. Please share you sent it Saturday. You said you're a power top? I bet you are a freaking power top. You know, it's funny you said that because I bet you if you throw that in the calculator somewhere, it's tied to your code. It's like we were meant to do what we do. I was meant to do this podcast today. I was meant to do these decodes. Everything we do in life, it's all programmed within there. Let me look at the finished decodes. Because I know I cannot find hers anywhere. That makes me so mad. I should have saved it, like pinned it. I wanted to share it with you guys. I know that's not hers. No. Yeah, I can't find it, Rhonda. I'm looking at all the sent ones. Hold on a second. Oh, there you are. I remember. You know why I remember? Because you have that freaking weird unicorn. Oh, yeah, that's you, the unicorn. Rhonda the unicorn. Oh, you had a lot of connections to Donut. But wait, I did Rhonda's wrong first. Didn't I, Rhonda? I put an S at the end of your name and then had to redo it all. Because there is no S at the end of Rhonda's name. But first, I put an S at the end of her freaking name. So I'm trying to make sure I got the right one here. I found both of them. This one was March 20th. Yeah, that's the right one. Because you had a connection to 61, right? First. Damn, you have so much tied to Donut. I hope Donut's watching this. All right, let me make sure this ain't showing Rhonda's email address. And now we can share the screen. Let's look at Rhonda's. Okay, Rhonda. That's 61 number. That's tied to the sun too, Rhonda. That's why they probably try to do that ritual on 6/1 with the capital, with that false flag capital bullshit on January 6th, which most of around the world writes that out 6/1. That's why I always tell you to spell out your date. But I accidentally put an S on Rhonda's at first, so I had the wrong equations. So then I had to redo hers, which I don't mind though, you know. She was patient for a while, actually. So you see Rhonda's name, and she has a Jewish name like our brother Donut too. And she is connected to the 31 cipher, which is tied to that Judaism number. But her full name equals 61 in Chaldean Gematria, which that's decode your reality. A lot of people that carry that code, they're really good at this type of decoding. That's probably why she's attracted to my content. And then she also February 26th equals 61. Well, whose birthday is that? Happy birthday to Donut. That's our brother Alex's birthday. So see, Donut, I'm always talking about you, bro. Even in the decodes, there's a lot of people that have a very strong connection to you. And Rhonda found me first, and then she found um, you afterwards. But a lot of the people that I see have a strong connection to you. They usually it's vice versa. They found you first, and then found me doing a video with you. So it's very fascinating. Um, this number 61 is parallel dimensions. It's tied to the multiverse. People that carry that code are also able to astral project and step out of their body quite easily. And you see Rhonda has a direct connection to Phoenix event 61, which is all the people that carry this code have that 12-strand angelic DNA. And during the plasma apocalypse is 128, by the way, too, guys. And what's in that code? Neo code. So they call it pole shift, plasma apocalypse, Phoenix event, has different names. And some of them communities argue with each other about it, but I'm telling you, numerologically, it's all tied to the same shit. It's these cyclical events that we go through, and the elites go underground with all their advanced technology. And then some of us stay up. Well, all of us stay up here, what they deem the peasant class. And about 70% of the population dies off during these events. It's maybe God's way or Mother Nature's way of cleansing the earth, right? But there's a selective group of people that it mutates them very negatively. And then there's a very small percentage. I would say, if I had to guess, I don't know for sure the exact numbers, but I would say between 1% and 3% in that area, 1% and 4% maybe, their DNA mutates in a positive way. And that's the whole 12-strand angelic DNA, what they tell us is junk DNA, where it activates again when we're going through these cyclical events from whatever they call that, the plasma, the black sun, whatever you want to call it, the energy that's causing it to happen, right? So she has that 61 connection there, which is also tied to Solomon's wisdom, the wisdom of Solomon, who was the son of King David. And by the way, the new episode of the House of David that just came out last night, oh my Lord, guys, it was so good. The episode before that was a little better, but that one was pretty good too. Goliath, he keeps going out on the battlefield. In his mother, she's a normal sized human, but he's this giant Nephilim, and he keeps challenging people, but everybody's scared to fight him. Nobody will go out there and fight him. And then David's father finally just let him go because Samuel, the seer, came and said, you got to let him go. You got to offer up your best stock. And you gave your worst stock to the battlefield. You know, back in them days, they were still offering up sacrifices to the Most High. And you were supposed to sacrifice unblemished sheep or your best stock. And David, he was born a bastard child, but he was actually the best of that stock. And he was crowned the king of Israel. And then Solomon was his son. But Solomon kind of went down the wrong path. And, you know, whether God forgave him or not, I don't know. That's between him and God. He had a ring that he could control the 72 demons of the lesser key of Solomon, of the Ars Gotha, where they say them demons help them entities. Some called them jinn, some called them different names, but they helped him build the temple. David's son was the one that built the temple. So there's a difference between King Saul, who was the first king of Israel. He lost his throne to David. And you'll also see people with that 12-strand DNA. Sometimes you'll see they'll have a connection to the bloodline of David too. But they always have a connection to either the Phoenix event, pole shift, or plasma apocalypse, one of them two. Always. And when the elites went underground with all the advanced technology, they leave us up here above and our DNA mutates. So it's happening again, and certain people's DNA is beginning to mutate again, but in a positive way. Additionally, 61 connects you to that ancient wisdom of Solomon. People who carry the 61 code are descendants of that 12-strand DNA. They have that magic in their blood. The number 23 is 61 in Chaldean, which is a number tied to our DNA, because your father has 23 chromosomes and you get 23 from your mother, right? So it's a very sacred number, the number 23. Remember, Jim Carrey even did a movie on it, The Enigma of the number 23, but they kind of looked at the negative side on it. And then I put this in here just for a touch of laugh and humor, because me and Rhonda are always clowning. So I wouldn't have put this in a normal decode, but her name has unicorn in it, her nickname. And I couldn't believe that unicorn fart dust was 61. So I just threw that in there because I thought it was funny. And I said, just for a touch of humor, because your email nickname includes unicorn. And that's what I made her a picture of, because I make everyone a custom image. So I made her a black unicorn. So spelling out your base number, your spirit will get your spiritual guide number. Now, when we spell out the number 61, we arrive at your spiritual guide number, which 61 spelled out is 31 in Chaldean, right? It's also 31 in Sepentry. And this is a double connection to the number 31. People that carry that code are connected, and they have a strong connection to the matrix, because the matrix equals 31. And I don't know if you guys ever watch Gary the Numbers Guy. He's on Instagram. He actually said the key to the matrix is the number 13. Well, 13 spelled out equals 31. And what's the mirror reflection of the number 13? It's 31. And the ultimate eclipse number in the decoding community is 1331. And we had this eclipse in 1331, the year 1331, that went over, I think it was called like Hubei, China back then, something like that. But in modern days, it's Wuhan. And this was the only eclipse ever that only went over land. It never touched water. And that was when that eclipse touched that part of Wuhan, China, that was the first case of the Black Death. So there's a big connection with this 1331 number. But yeah, they're mirror reflections of each other. And when we look at 31, I already said that part, the double connection to 36, because 31 spelled out equals 36 in Sepentry, which gets us into Dreamwalker, telepathy, people that carry the 36 code. Neo code is 36, which is the rarest of all the first player character archetypes. Jesus Christ is 36. You know, it's the same archetype as 11 from Stranger Things, which she's a play on L, but 11. There was a really good episode where she was talking to Steve. Remember, he got possessed by the entities from the Upside Down. And in that episode where her and Steve are kind of like battling, that's really Yalda Bayoff in the Most High talking. But the Most High is representing as a female. At least that's the archetype they're portraying in that scene. I forget what season it was though, but my boy Wim asked me the other day about Stranger Things too, and the numbers that show up in the beginning. And I meant to ask Jay Dreams about them numbers, Wim, but I forgot, brother. Once again, Dreamwalker is 36. And a Dreamwalker is someone that can enter other people's dreams and bring people into their dreams as well. They're a very powerful dream walker. They don't even have to be sleeping. They can go into a state of meditation and step out of their body in the astral plane and enter the dreamscape or the dream world. And that's another number that's tied to telepathy. You know, these are the people, the carriers of the Neo code. Like I said, they're very rare. There's 36 born of them in each generation. And these are the ones that they were stealing for Camp Hero. Stranger Things is really based on the Montauk Project, where our government already admitted they were stealing children with special abilities known as the Shine or the Shining. And that number tied to them children, the chosen ones, is in that 137 number. So we see how they use 137 negatively all the time with the 47 by 90 degree Freemasonic compass, but it also has a very powerful uh, positive side to it. Every number has a negative side and a positive side because you could take the left-handed path or you can take the right-handed path. That's up to you. That's all within you. And then I just broke down for her here all the properties of the number 36, which I'm not going to go through all that. It's a lot of it. But you see, this is how it's used in our reality a lot. Muhammad was 36 when he rebuilt the Kaaba. And they use this number quite a bit in our reality. 17 is the only number I've ever seen used more. 17, I mean, man, they really use that one. I did a whole blog on it, but I break down her base number, 61, and then I tell her why all these are connected in this part of the decode. Like I said, I'm not reading all that. But her superhero archetype is Power Girl, which is tied to that 36. Tracy, shout out to her. She has that. And then a lot of people have no idea who Power Girl is. So I tell her who Power Girl is, her backstory, her abilities, that she shares some of these abilities in the spiritual plane, giving her real name of Power Girl, the affiliations with Justice League and all that, Power Girl super strengths. And then it also gives her affirmations of what to do to activate these abilities within you, because Power Girl superhero, or my apologies, Power Girl's goddess, her inner goddess archetype, who she really represents, because all these superheroes either represent a god or a goddess. Greek, Roman pantheon, different pantheons, Norse mythology. And the one that Power Girl represents is Athena. So, they have, here's an affirmation: I absorb divine energy. I am strong, intuitive, and unstoppable. So here's another thing: solar energy meditation, which activates that healing and empowerment. Um, I just try to give people tips on how to activate these abilities within you. So that's the basic for just the Gematria part. Now, there's also a whole decode part, which she got in the first decode that I messed up on her name on. And that broke down her destiny card in the 52. What was your destiny card, Rhonda? I forget your destiny card. Donuts is the queen of clubs. I'm the 10 of diamonds. And that tells you a lot about yourself too. I broke down her life path number, her destiny card, her birth cards that she was born with, and her spirit animal. We all have a spirit animal as well, which, a matter of fact, I did a whole blog on the spirit animal thing. You can go over here. Hey, what the heck? And go type in spirit. Sometimes it likes to do that. actually, I'll just go right here on my page and pull it up. Oh, guys, I forgot to tell you about this too. If you don't know about this freaking website, it is the most, it's like a YouTube Rumble mixed together. And they literally broke into this guy's house. Remind me not to forget to show you the spirit animal. They literally broke in this dude's house and try to steal his server to shut his shit down. And he's like an alternative, excuse my language, he's like an alternative Rumble or YouTube, but way better. All the videos that are missing now off the internet, they're all, he has them all. Every false flag, every staged event, everything. So then you go to the day, it's called 153news.net. Then you go to the daily top videos, and you'll have the daily top video. Oh, Donut would not like that one. And, you know, I'm not saying I agree with every video over here. I'm just saying they do have some good ones that are very true, but it's a very anti-Semitic platform. I will warn you about that, my sister Rhonda. There's because he just lets anyone post anything. So, you know, when it's free speech, unfortunately, you're going to have people that post negative stuff too. You can't censor. That's the bad thing about free speech. You know, well, it's actually not a bad thing. It's a good thing. You got to let the morons talk too. It's just what it is. But every video that's ever been taken off the internet is over here. And what would you go to for that? These are daily top videos, monthly top videos, recently watched. Hold on, let me see. I think it's like under trending or something. But I rewatched because somebody in the comments told me in New Zealand they got their guns taken away for that shooting that took place out in the synagogue, and I rewatched it. Oh my Lord, you was right. Whoever said that in the comments that shit was staged. It literally was staged. If you watch the video, when he comes in, the shooter even looks down at the floor, and there's a magazine clip laying down on the floor before he even got into the building. And then after he shoots everybody and walks out, he stops, grabs that magazine clip, and puts it into the gun. I'm like, oh shit, that was already planted there for him. It even looks like they try to pixelate it and merge it into the carpet. You got to rewatch that video. This one they just put up a couple hours ago, Giants on Giants. So these are all the top trending ones for today. Some of them were already trending yesterday too. Where's the ones of all time? I want to find the ones like the top trending of all time. Oh, right here, trending. Duh, Tommy. This one. Go to this video, guys. I can't show you. Look how many views it's got on an alternative site. Almost 9,000. Wait, no. Is that 99,000? Yeah. I wish I could show it to you. It is so freaking crazy. All the staged ones that they pulled down on all the platforms, they're all still here. They're all still here. And all you got to do, if you don't remember, is when you're on truthmafia.com, just type in up here 153 News. Boom, it's right there. You click on that image, and it takes you right to their website, 153news.net. Shout out to them. Because, look, there's people that say stuff on truthmafia.com that I don't agree with. I love Sling and Stone. He's one of our Christian brothers. Does amazing work, does amazing videos. But I don't agree with all what he says about Muslim people. I have a lot of Muslim followers that love my content, and I don't think they're evil, and I don't think they're going to hell. But, you know, I actually put a disclaimer in, I think, on this video. Matter of fact, let me see. I might have put it in the email. Yeah, I put it in the email. So some of you guys might remember that email. But I love Sling and Stone, and he has the right to his opinion. So I let all of his content go up, and I don't censor it. But some of my Muslim people do get very offended, and, take that up with him. I'm not going to censor nobody over here because I just don't believe in censoring people. Unfortunately, you got to let the people talk that you don't agree with too. That's freedom of speech, guys. That's what they want to take away from us. You got all these different channels. So you see it's set up a little different now, the homepage. I don't know if you guys like it better this way or the other way, but too many people are telling me, Tommy, we can't even find your own channel on your own website. Now all you got to do is click my image. Boom. Takes you right to me. Then you want to decode, it's right there. Boom. You click the link. It should take you right to it. Boom. Takes you right over here to the booking part. Now I even have a video that shows you how to check out as a guest. So it walks you through the whole checkout process because you don't have to have a PayPal. You just check out with your debit card. We just use PayPal for secure checkout. That's all. But these are all the different services we offer. If you want to book a podcast, $35 an hour. Sorry, guys, I ain't got time to be doing no free shit on podcast. There might be a few people out there I would do that for, but not too many. Well, let's see this one real quick. I want to see what they said about this. Watching police arrested Tesla firebombing suspect in Las Vegas. Oh, I forgot to do that. Duh, Tommy. I always do this. I get ahead of myself and then I forget to do something. So my whole thing was the spirit freaking animal. Right? I don't know why it doesn't show up. Spirit animal. Even working my talk to text. Damn, it still ain't showing up. Where the hell is my spirit animal post? See how they hide my stuff on my own website? It's like so bizarre. That should pop right up. I know nobody else did. Oh, right there it is. Does. I'm tripping. So you're a spirit animal. See, guys? And I'll tell you, out of all the spirit animals, the number one spirit animal that's connected to first player characters is you guys right here. You freaking red hawks. I've never seen. I've done over 6,000 decodes now. I'm getting close to 7,000. Just imagine that. It's a lot of freaking decodes. So I've seen a lot of patterns. You know what I'm saying? And I've been able to build out templates. So I have a template for the 36 code. I have a template for the Power Girl code, if you connect to that. So I've been able to build all that out after doing all these decodes. But yeah, the spirit animal, the red hawk, man, they got some crazy energy. And that's that first player character code, the red hawk. That's your spirit animal, March 21st, April 19th. The red hawk. And then it just breaks down what the red hawk represents, what your powers are, what your strengths are. You're connected to Aries, the red hawk 38, Aries 38. And it's the energy of Aries. And that's the FPC code, first player character codes in that 38 cipher. And then you have the beaver 22. You guys are tied to alchemy. D-Waves 22, alchemy's 22, ayahuasca, that's the number tied to DMT. 22 is the master builder number, which is interesting, ain't it? What's a beaver do? They're the builder. They build dams. And there's a strong connection to you little beavers and the Masonic Lodge too, which is kind of weird. I'm not saying all beavers are in that. I'm just saying it's kind of cool. My dad would be a beaver because he's a Taurus. So he's a beaver. So is my son, Carmine. His birthday's April 21st. So Carmine, you're a beaver if you're watching this, son. And dad, so are you. I'm never nothing cool. I always want to be like a freaking Leo, but I'm a Capricorn, which is a damn, what is it? It's like a goat and a mermaid mix. But then I learned to love it later on. And when I first found out my spirit animal, I freaking hated it at first. But then when I read about it and found out about it, now I love it. You know, when I learned about it. Deers, you guys are also first player characters, very powerful. The deer archetype. And that's why they invert that archetype. So I'm going to show you the inversion of the deer and how they connect it to the pedo stuff and hurting children. But there's a beautiful positive side to that animal too. They just like to invert everything. You got the woodpecker, right? My woodpeckers out there. Shout out to June 21st to July 21st. Them are the woodpeckers. That's your little spirit animal for all you little cancers. And then the sturgeons, them are July 22nd to August 21st. Like Leo, the sturgeon is a symbol of strength. They're very, very similar to the Leo, which I found that weird. Because what the hell does a sturgeon and a lion have to do together? But I don't know. They're very... See, this is the one I wanted to be, guys. I wanted to be the bear. I want to be a freaking grizzly bear, but I'm not. And that's born August 22nd to September 21st. Then you're the Virgo energy. You're the brown bear, which are very wise. They're very wise, the brown bears. The raven, I like that one too, though. The raven, September 22nd to October 22nd. Shout out to the Libras, Libra season. You guys got that deep wisdom. Very intelligent, the ravens. The snake, them are the October 23rd to November 22nd. Like Scorpio, they're the Scorpio. They're very, the snake's energy is healing energy. These are our healers out there. Our spiritual healers are tied to that snake energy. And then it's interesting because there's only two of them that have like mixed, what would you call that when you mix two animals together? A chimera or something, right? Yeah, there's two spirit animals that are like chimeras. And it's November 23rd to December 21st. Sagittarius is. You guys are the owl/elk. So I made this dude the owl elk, which is wisdom, and they're very powerful too. And this is me. Mine is the freaking snow goose. So of course, y'all know I had to make the snow goose look gangster. But the snow goose is a very powerful bird, actually. And snow gooses can beat a lot of big birds that you wouldn't think they could beat up. They actually can. I learned that about them because it was my spirit animal. So I wanted to find out everything I could about them. If it would have been an eagle, I'd have been like, oh, that's tight. But then the snow goose, that's us, December 22nd to January 19th. All my Capricorns, we're snow gooses. We have strong determination. We're very, very loyal. Very loyal. And they're also snow goose they're good at talking in situations like which I don't believe that because I was scared to talk at school. I'm good now here on a computer, but like I remember at school when I used to have to get up and read reports and shit because I couldn't read the best. So I have dyslexia. That's why when I write, I run it all through Grammarly. I bring it right over here to my Grammarly, run it through there. Then I have a ChatGPT prompt that double checks it So I make sure my spelling's on point, everything's on point. Because I got dyslexia, so words like they scramble on me, you know what I mean? It's been a blessing and a curse. That's why I'm so good at decoding, but it made writing always challenging in my life. That's why I put a lot of time into it. And I use my notepad. I start out on my notepad, then I take it over to the Grammarly, and then I run it through a final check on the Chat GPT to make sure I didn't mess nothing up. The wolf puma. We also have the otter. The otter's January 20th to February 18th. Shout out to our otters out there. And look, check this out, guys. The Matrix 31, Donut 31, and his is tied to the wolf puma. That's the only other spirit animal that is half and half. That would be a cool ass chimera animal right there. A freaking wolf puma. I wouldn't mind that one. I don't know why I gave it a human hand. I didn't mean to do that, honestly. AI did that shit. But I thought the image was so cool, I kept it. I should have erased that damn human hand and just left the donut there. I might go back and do that now that I know how to do that. I didn't know how to do that at that time. But yeah, it breaks down your whole spirit animal right here. So in the decode, when I break down your spirit animal, it also gives you a link to this description. And then it breaks everything down about your astrological sign, your numerology, your life path number, your ruling planet, what it means to be an Aries, what it means to be a Sagittarius, all that stuff, not just your Gematria. A lot of people think it's just Gematria. Then when they get to decode and it's like long as shit, they're like, oh, wow, I didn't know it was all this. Yeah, and I recommend when you get your decode, depending on what life path number you are, that's how many times you should read it, guys. So if you're a life path 3 like me, read it 3 times. If you're a life path 8, read it 8 times. If you're a life path 2, read it 2 times. Let it sink in. Them numbers really matter. You know what I mean? Are you the snow goose? I love snow goose with your teardrop. What's yours? Kathy Reed, did I do you already? YouTube hates your ass and mine. Well, YouTube, I'm not gonna say what I think about YouTube. I'm just gonna pretend like never mind. I'm gonna leave that one alone. 78. Hey, my brother, you know who's tied to that number? Tupac Shakur. And he used to wear this freaking jersey with the number 78 all the time. Look up Tupac Shakur in the jersey 78. He wore that shit all the time. And that's like one of his main numbers. Which you would think a lot of these celebrities are non-player characters. Some of them are, some of them ain't. Like some are, some ain't. Ani told me this very fascinating thing that I think he's right about. You're an otter too? That's cool, man. The otters. I like the otters. They're nice people. I want to hear about the otters. Yeah, the otters they're pretty interesting. Maybe I'll do a post on Facebook for spirit animals. I'll just break them all down for you guys. That way you have a matter of fact here. Let me put the link to it right here in the chat for you so you can go read about your little otter. The otters are very loyal. I actually have a lot of friends that are otters. My one friend, Desmond, he's Puerto Rican and melanated, and he was so pissed off that he was an otter. He's like, bro, I ain't no damn otter. He's like, I gotta be a wolf puma. I said, well, you're not a wolf damn puma. You're an otter. That's not your birthday, bro. You can't just change your spirit animal. He's like, I feel like a wolf puma though. I was like, well, you're not. You're an otter. So that's your freaking spirit animal, little brother. Hate to tell you. I didn't feel like a snow goose, but guess what? That's what I am, a snow goose. Now I do, because I've learned to appreciate it. So, Ani, let me get a drink of this, because this gets deep. I like to give everybody credit. Shout out to my boy Ani Asoru. I brought Ani to the Truth Mafia community. I introduced him and Donut. I said, Donut, man, you gotta, this dude I follow on Instagram, he's like a freaking genius. Ani Asoru. And at that time, he had the Spiritual Shade Room. He was blowing up, and then they took his Instagram channel. So I helped him rebuild. And, he's always been very loving for me doing that with him. He's always like, anytime I ever need him on the show, he's been there. Ani's a real loyal person. Yeah, so is Bdell. We got a lot of good people in the Truth Mafia community. So is Jay Dreamers. Jay, I just talked to him last night. Phenomenal person too. Everybody in our squad is really loyal and good people. But Ani was telling me, what show was we on? We were talking about Severance. Have you guys seen the new series of Severance? Yeah, B Dell's on a whole nother level. My boy B Dell is on a whole nother level. I'll tell you who else is. And he's a good rapper too. He just needs to start embedding some 432 hertz into his music. He might though. Phase One. Phase One's very knowledgeable. He's a Mason like Paranoid American, so we got to keep praying for him. But I don't hate him or Paranoid for that. That's their decision in life. And some people think we got it wrong about the Masons. I've heard two different stories. I've heard that there's one branch of Masons that work for the light and another that works for darkness, which would make sense to me because it is a duality, a reality full of duality. And there's a difference between modern Masons and ancient Masons. I just went down a freaking rabbit hole on this the other day. Have you guys ever heard of this? Ancient Masons and modern Masons. Look into that. That'll blow your mind. The ancient ones are into some weird shit though. So, they're ancient accepted Scottish Rite. That's part of I would figure that's part of the ancient branch. And it's weird because the modern Masons are older than the ancient ones, but the ancient ones are the ones saying they're bringing back the true Masonry, and they're doing all these weird rituals. So it's a deep rabbit hole. But back to Severance. Severance just came out with the new episode, the new season, right? And what it is basically is you get a job at this place, Lumen, and you have to get this chip inserted into your brain to work at Lumen. And the chip, it severs you. So it's like what they do with the trauma-based mind control, how they split the alters. They'll shatter their reality and program each alter ego. But what Ani thinks is going on is that's what they're doing with these celebrities in freaking Hollywood. He thinks it's very much like that severance procedure. And there's one version of them that's like stuck. Like, how in Severance they're stuck down in that basement. They leave at the end of at the end of the day, but when they get in the elevator, it flips to their other alter ego, or in this, their true form, which is called their outie. And then the person that works in Lumen is called their innie, and neither one of them can remember each other. But in the new season, spoiler alert, guys, if you don't want to hear this, get out. In the new season, the star is going through this process where it's merging both his innie and his outie. He's going through, they're trying to get that brain chip out of his head. and he's going through all these pretty much crazy situations with this lady in the basement that's doing all these procedures to him to get that freaking chip to, like, she sprayed liquid in his brain with a syringe to try to get that chip to flow itself out. And then he went up, talked to his sister, and he just collapsed on the floor. That was the last episode I seen. But Ani thinks that's what's going on. They got technology like that, and that's why we see them glitching out. And there's a version of them that is like trapped somewhere, which I do find very fascinating. Like, where did they come up with that whole story for Severance? You know, they probably already have that technology, right, guys? That Severance technology. So you can only get that damn job if you let them put that chip in your brain. It's exactly what Elon Musk is trying to do with Neuralink. I wouldn't recommend it. I don't care how much you're paying me. You're not sticking a freaking chip in my brain. No thanks. Yeah, it's like their clone. It's like a clone, but without being cloned, right? Because a version of you exists that you don't even freaking know about. And you know when it's really sad? The heavy set light skinned dude, when his wife, so after the season 2, they get caught like pretty much doing terrible stuff to these people that are the innies. So they start allowing their Audi's significant others to come and visit them if they don't get in no trouble at work. I mean, it's like some dystopian Orswell type shit. And it's so sad because that's that dude's wife. He has kids with her and everything, and he don't even know it. And he was like, let's try the hug thing again. I really liked that when she hugged him. And then for some reason she lied to him and told, when she seen his Audi, he said, well, how did the meeting go with my innie today when they were eating around the table? Because he don't know. He has no memories of it. When he gets in the elevator, it clicks him over to this other person, this other consciousness. They're splintered in two. And she was like, oh, I didn't even go. You got busy. Your innie got busy. And I don't know why she lied to him. I think she's starting to realize that he's being tortured because some weird shit goes on in that series, Severance. And the black goo is all throughout it, guys. Like, especially season 1, they have the black goo nanotechnology within it, which we know that's in the you know what. I also believe it's going to be the Neuralink. Like Elon told us, oh, it's going to be a small implant into your brain. It's exactly what they did in Severance. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't sound much like a good idea. And Rhonda, you could be right. They could even splinter them into more than one alter ego, Rhonda. They could have like 5 different persons in one, which I think they are doing. What's going on with dude's wife? Remember his wife that they said died in the car crash, but she's not dead. She was like the lady that worked in oh man, what's it called? Human resources, kind of. She's there, and her whole, they've been torturing her the whole time. She's been in the basement alive. It's like they were running experiments on her to produce that technology. And then the owner of the company, Mark's fallen in love with her. And I can't figure out whether or not she is tricking him and playing a character, or she really let them put the chip inside of her. I don't know. I don't trust that girl, though, with the red hair that he's fallen in love with. I ain't trusting her because her father is the one that created all that technology, and she runs Lumen. And Lumen it's very much like what's that company's name? Lucis or damn it. I can't remember what the name of the company is. There's a real company that sounds very similar to Lumen, but it's like connected to Lucifer's name. Oh, I'll remember it. They have the triangle all-seeing eye as their logo, and it starts with an L. That's what I think of when I hear the Lumen. But yeah, that's a good one to watch too, guys, if you haven't started checking it out. Trying to read your comments. Sorry, guys. Sure I didn't miss anything before we had this team. I can't believe I did 2 hours on here. I haven't done a long live in a while, though. I've been missing y'all. I was a Leo, a Beaver. And then, you know what's interesting? I decoded 2 girls one time only, that, and I know they don't know each other because I asked both of them, but at different time periods, they were sisters in one of their reincarnations because they were both queens, and not everybody's a king or a queen in their past life. Some people are slaves. Some people, I've had so many different reincarnations. I think we reincarnate 6 times as a female, 6 times as a male. And check this out. I figured this out through decoding. Okay, so if you're life path 1, you're beginning your travel, but the life path 1s are like the strongest. They have the highest demographic of the carriers of the Neo code. You'll find a lot of carriers of the Neo code in life path 1s. Life path 2s, you would so it would be like 2 times 12, right? Because you sit your first reincarnation, you'd reincarnate, you go through them cycles. Cycles of 12, my bad, not cycles of 6. Cycles of 12. So life path 1 is a 12, life path 2 is a 24, life path 3 would be 36. You have had 36 reincarnations, which old souls equals 36. And then you finish as a life path 9, which, what is the number 9, guys? Completion. And what's reincarnate equal? 108. And what's 9 times 12? 108. So, and 108 is a very divine number too. It's crazy how it's all encoded. So, like Donut's life path 9. I think this is his last go around. You know, this is his last rodeo. But you got 36 of them reincarnations. You're starting to become an old soul because depending, and this is just my theory on this part, I don't have no concrete evidence on it, but I think depending on like how dramatic your death was, like if you got like murdered, it might take you thousands of years to reincarnate than if you just died peacefully in your sleep, right? So I'm still working on that, but I've learned a lot of this through the decoding. But yeah, life path 9, it all lines up with 108. And if you go look in English Ordinal, that's reincarnate. Come on. What's the chances of that? And I found that out through another girl that breaks down all about reincarnation. She was the one telling me that we go through these cycles of 12, 6 times as a female, 6 times as a male. And I'm like, she's tripping. This girl's crazy. So then I went through past life regression therapy, and I literally had visions of my freaking past life as a female. That was like the first one I could remember in Mesopotamia. And then the strongest one I have, I was a slave 3 different times in Mesopotamia. I'm like, damn, man, why am I always a freaking slave in all these reincarnations? I'm not feeling this shit. And then one time I got a good reincarnation, though. Well, it wasn't that great. My son tried to kill me in that reincarnation. That I was born in 847, and I was a king of the Medes, King Flannan. He's an Irish king of the Medes who was born in 847. Flynn Sinan or some shit. I can't pronounce his last name, but he was born in 847, and he had a son that try to overthrow him. And then I, have my son go through this past life regression therapy. And you start having dreams about it first. And I was like, holy shit, I really lived that life. Like that girl, that lady that did it, she is so freaking amazing. How she brought it out of me and how I started to remember it. It was crazy. Like at first I thought she was totally full of shit. I went in there totally skeptic. I'm like, this is not real. I feel like I just wasted $500. But after that, I got my son to do it. And then he even had the exact same visions that he was my son in that. So I don't know if we switch up family members or we have the same families through reincarnations, but at least in that reincarnation, me and Carmine were still father and son, but he tried to take over my kingdom. And, I had to put the whoop down on him real quick. Let's just say he didn't take my kingdom over, but he almost did though. He almost did. I think in a few of my other lifetimes, he definitely did though. In this lifetime, we're best friends, so thank God. But back in them days, the son was always trying to take the father's shit over. So it's kind of changed a little bit. Did you check out the KFC commercial? All Hail Gravy. I broke it down in full detail. I'm getting ready to release it right now for you. You guys want a sneak peek? Hold on, let me see if I can upload it real quick. I gotta share this though. Facebook, 'cause I put so much. No, I better not. I'll get in trouble. I'm just gonna upload it after this directly to Facebook, YouTube. I broke down the brown color. You guys seen they're all dressed in brown, right? I break all that down. The egg, the sacrificial offering, how she takes him into a lake full of gravy and drowns him and then brings him up as a piece of chicken. And they're telling you subliminally that he is what's in the meat, really. And we know what's in the chicken. It ain't nothing good. And what's the chicken represent? You see the one-eye symbolism in the beginning of that KFC commercial? The one-eye symbolism in the chicken? Well, the chicken is an archon. It is freaking a Brassix, who represents the 365 days. He's one of the leader archons, actually. Hold on a second. Yo, somebody's hitting me up. All right, I better end this, guys, because I got someone hitting me up. Yo. What's up? No, I was still on a podcast, but I was getting ready to end it because, and then when I answered the phone, I heard you yelling, answer the phone. Yeah, well, that's what it sounded like you said. So tell your grandma sorry for making her wait, but I'm ending the podcast now, brother. Yeah, it's recorded. You can check it out. I'll send you the link. Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I'm at the crib. You can head over, buddy. All right, bro. Yep. All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys. That's my buddy's coming over to watch this movie with me, and his grandma's dropping him off. So I heard him. He definitely yelled, "Answer the phone." He must have been getting a little angry there. So I love y'all, and you guys have an amazing day. Get ready to get this video uploaded about the chicken sacrifice, because I'm about to upload it right now for you. It's about a 10-minute video. I guarantee nobody breaks it down like that. And let's just be real. Who's the first person you heard about this KFC commercial from? Me, on my walk and talk. And then the very next day, all the truth seekers are doing videos about it. That's the one thing I hate. I'm never mentioned nothing on a live again until after I do the video, because they just steal my shit. It's so annoying. So I love y'all. Smash that like button. Don't forget, Go over there, book a decode, truthfultv.com. Find out this month, running till the 17th of next month, you get the $35 decode. Well, you pay for the $35 decode and you get that one and the $62 decode. So you find out everything about yourself and find out your role in the simulation. It's down below. That's on truthfultv.com. Don't forget, show our sponsors love too and join the community. Step into your power. I love y'all and I'm out here.
Truth Mafia music. This is where the truth begins. Welcome to Tommy Truthful TV, where we break the illusion. Ever felt special or different, caught in confusion? Are you the black sheep in your family line? It's cause you see through the matrix design. We're living in a simulation, AR controlled. Most are NPCs, their stories already told. The Saturn-Moon Matrix runs the hive mind, but a rare few of us break through and shine. 169,000 first players awake, reality benders, born to remake. Then there's the Neocode, rarest of all, like Jesus Christ and Neo, answering the call. The Matrix ain't fiction, it's prophecy shown.